trying to find God and uh, being told that having these gifts was of the devil, um, with her voice taken. And her voice was like the biggest thing in the church for me. Because when I went, I always asked her to sing a certain song. I always loved to hear her sing. And to me, for God to take that voice away, I had got, I'm not going to lie, I had got angry at God.
Like where you compared to where you were to where you are now, what would you say has changed as far as the purpose of life and all that? What did you believe? What did you
I
think?
found my life purpose. I didn't even know what was my purpose here. Hey, what's up, y'all? My name is Awaken, but some of y'all know me as Kiki from Wine Dine True Crime Time. This is my new channel, Awaken in the Spirit. I want to share my journey with you guys, my spiritual journey, as from the beginning. So I'm new at this, and I want to start recording my journey, and so I can look back and see how much I've grown. With me is my cousin, out the pit, Sackcloth from out the pit. He's gonna be co-hosting with me and asking questions, so I really appreciate it. And hopefully he'll gonna pop on soon. Um, with Hey, what's up, cuz?
What up, Gus? What's up? What's up? What's up with you? What's going on?
Nothing much.
Hmm.
Um, cuz been going on his own spiritual journey, probably longer than me, but I just started. Um, I think my journey started actually when I was 5 years old, and we lived in a house where I could actually see spirits in the house, but no one believed me. And I would be scared. I slept with my parents till I was like 9 or 10. Um, but we had a house. And one day I was dealing with, being sexually molested and going through some stuff growing up that I don't really want to get into right now. But
Okay,
I
so
was.
hold on. So we jumping straight in, huh? Cuz you ready to go straight in?
I don't even know if I can even say that on here.
Nah,
Um,
you ready? So we finna, we finna get started now.
yeah, yeah, we start.
All right.
Yeah,
I guess I'll just, you want to talk, and I'll just kind of listen and then jump in here and there.
yeah, and ask you questions.
So you gonna start to the beginning.
At the beginning of my childhood,
Okay,
um,
go ahead.
dealing with so much, I had to see that person almost daily or weekly. Um, it made me want to commit. I don't know how to say it without being wanted to get rid of myself at a very young age. And my dad had pew pews all over the house.
Pew pew.
Um, and one day I got one and was in the closet, and I was like, "This is it." And an angel appeared, and I was at peace and I was calm, and I fell asleep on this angel's lap and woke up. I didn't see the gun anymore, and I got out the closet and left. So I'm not sure who found the gun, if it was my mom or my dad. Um, no one talked to me about it. No one questioned me. So I don't know if they thought I just randomly got it, because my dad did teach me safety and how to use it. Um, but I'm glad that whoever the angel was. They saved me, but still, like I said, I saw spirits, and when I try to show family or tell family, okay, it's a guy standing there by the fence, no one would see it, and they'll pick at me and laugh. Um, then one day, our house started. Florida has a lot of sinkholes, and our house started sinking and crying and cracking. So my dad was getting ready to sell the house, try to get the house fixed, and it was cracking on my side. It's kind of sinking down in my bedroom, and come to find out that our house in that area of Florida was built on the top of a cemetery. Um,
I remember that.
yeah, and so the person that sold the house to us, I explained that my mom told her I see ghosts, and I told her, yeah, I said it's a white lady in a white gown. She comes and visit all the time. She's older, with short hair, bob. Now I'm young, and I'm explaining what I seen, and this lady broke down and told my mom that was her mother that passed away in that house. So as I got older, I would have dreams, and I would hear a voice of an authority figure. Um, I was still young, still in like high school, and high school going into middle school, and the voice was so loud and authoritative that it would wake me out of my sleep. Um, it was like, get up, study, or get up, clean up, or if I go to the grocery store and I push the cart, just push it, it'll say go back and put it where it's supposed to go. Or it would say, go give her a hug. But I wouldn't do that because I don't go to a stranger and get nobody a hug, or somebody cuss me out or whatever. Or it was like, go go sit and talk to that person.
Yeah.
I always had issues. I'm not gonna say issues. I always had where people would come to me, strangers, to this very day. Whenever I go to the grocery store, strangers would come to me and tell me their whole life story. Strangers would come to me and like give me fun facts, or just when I'm in a rush, they would talk to me for an hour or so in the line. And one day, I was in Family Dollar, and this lady just told me her whole life story, and I'm like, I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I turn around, and this lady goes, you're an empath, right?
Okay.
I was like, I don't know what that is.
Random
She's like,
lady.
yeah, random lady. She said, you're an empath. So I had to go Google it and look it up.
Yeah.
And then
How old?
it
How
made a
old?
lot of
How old?
sense.
How old would you say you was at that age? But
When they told me that, probably like my early 40s.
okay. Oh, okay. So
So
okay,
it was like
okay,
recent. It was recent.
okay. Gotcha.
But before that, when I told my mom, back in high school, that I would hear these voices and stuff like that, she wanted me to go see a therapist. Um, couldn't understand why most days I would get emotional or feel like the weight is on, like the world's on my shoulders, depression, and they got me committed in Morton Plant. Instead of the 3 days I had, she was there for a whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I told them at the time I was not suicidal, I told them about the voices and what they couldn't pinpoint what it was, so they just made up something which was called divine schizophrenia.
Wow.
And when I told that to somebody else, they was like, "There's no such thing as a divine schizophrenia." So I was like, it never told me to like kill nobody or hurt nobody. It was always told me do something positive, to help somebody out or to help myself out. Like
Mhm.
like I told you, it would tell me to get up and go study. Like I always made straight A's in school.
Yeah.
So it was like I had this help because I never like really studied. I would sit there, listen one time, and that's it. I remember it, take the test. But when I got into college, yeah, I would get voices to wake me up out of class
Hmm.
before exam, big exam. Get up and go study, stuff like that. And it was very authoritative. So I just thought it was God. As I got older, I realized it could have been the archangel, Angel Michael, because he's God's messenger,
Hmm.
and he also has authoritative voice, and he's very straightforward. Very, you need to do this, or this gonna happen. I'm telling you, if you don't do it, this is what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
So I think it was more of Archangel Michael, because he in the Bible it does say he is God's messenger. Um, but growing up um, in a missionary Baptist church with my grandma, and trying to find God, and uh, being told that having these gifts was of the devil, um, being told that doing stuff like manifestation, you're going to hell, saging your house, you're going to hell. I was
Who would you
most likely
who was the people telling you this, that the hell, who was condemned, that was condemning you?
church
Was it
members.
church members? So it was
Church members.
family or anything? No.
Um, family told me that it's not right.
Hmm.
Um, that I'm crazy.
Yeah.
That's the first. That's mainly what family told me.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
Keisha crazy. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Um. So I prayed to God to take it away.
Hmm.
I was like, I don't want to hear nothing. I don't want to see nothing. And I don't know if he ever took it away or I suppressed it, but I always kept the dreams. I always was able to deliver messages through my poetry and my writing, um, which blessed me a lot. Um, it wasn't until I got older and I I had a dream about church, because I was in a Pentecostal church,
Okay.
because I was always seeking to get closer to God.
Yeah. So because they Pentecostals typically hands on with spirit, the
Right.
spiritual side of, yeah.
Yeah. So
And
I
people got
wanted to see.
that's relevant because you know um the relevancy of you saying the Pentecostals, because that they're more so in tune to the spiritual gifts and all that, correct? They're
Yeah.
more Holy Ghost, all that type of
Holy
stuff.
Ghost field. Yeah.
That's so it's more about the feeling, more about the spirit inside of you for that form of Christianity.
Right.
They all it's a branch of Christianity, but they're more in tune with the spiritual side, less so the message side. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Correct.
Right.
Go ahead.
And I got with my best friend. We grew up together, so he knew me. And he knew about my dreams, but I wasn't sure if he understood where it came from or how it can manifest, I guess. Or he did not understand the message. So, excuse my son in the background. um, so I told him one day, I said, I have a dream. I had a dream that someone broke into the church, stole all the instruments out of the church, stole the drums, stole the piano, everything. I said, you need to get a security system,
Mm-hmm.
into the church.
Yeah.
He said, "No, I think that means someone trying to steal your joy." So he telling me what he interpreted from my dream.
Okay.
3 days later, somebody broke into the church and stole all the instruments.
Oh man.
So I told him,
So much
I
for that.
told you so.
Mhm. Yeah.
Um, what he said that, because when I told him that I had asked God to take that gift away, he told me not to. He said that it's a gift of prophecy.
Okay.
So everybody has their own
You need.
terms of the
Yeah.
same thing.
Yeah. Saying. Yeah. Correct. I get what you're saying.
So they'll be like, okay, that's the devil. You
Some people say seer. Some people say prophet. Some
seers,
people.
prophets.
Yeah. Yeah. Some
Some
clairvoyant. It's
some
yeah.
Christians say there's no prophets. There's no such thing as all the prophets
That
dead.
is also true.
So
There's no living prophets today.
yeah,
Basically,
no living prophets today. So I don't know
I
what
can't
what
remember
you
what
want to call
branch of it is, but
it.
yeah.
Everything else will be considered the
Yeah.
devil.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, the same thing, the same outcome, different meanings to whoever it comes from. So he was like, you got to give a prophecy. So don't ask God to take it away. But I did at that time because, like I said, I was in high school trying to please, your family and church members and don't look weird.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm already feeling some type of way due to my past history. So
Mm-hmm.
always trying to fit in, and trying to find a place to fit in, but I never felt like I could fit in at the church.
Hmm.
I've always felt like an outcast. Like, you can't make me go run and jump around because
Yeah.
you just turn on some music and everybody else do it.
Was it times you felt like you really tried? Okay, so when you talking about running and jump around, do you mean like it's just to the music or Holy Ghost type of shit?
Holy Ghost, I felt the Holy Ghost once.
Mm-hmm. So I'm assuming it didn't have you running and jumping around.
No, it did.
Okay.
And I mean, I more than once I felt the Holy Ghost.
Okay.
But
what we call
I
the
felt
Holy
the
Ghost,
Holy
Holy
Ghost
Spirit.
to
Yeah.
the Holy Spirit to the point where I'm out of my body experience. I only felt that once. Like, I was truly out of my body, looking at myself, and lost like a whole track of time. Like, I was in a whole nother world. The other times, it's more like a spirit taking over you and is helping you release all the anxiety, all the stress that you have. But you can get that same feeling from any type of music. Um, and I that's a whole nother story
Vibration. What
of
we call
using the
vibrations and
beats,
frequency.
yeah, the vibration.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once you start dancing, it's like it's hard to stop
Mm-hmm.
type thing. Um, until like you release everything. So you could get that feeling
And
anywhere, even in
and
your
these
home, in your
are
car.
in my opinion, those are still forms of some type of spiritual occurrence.
Yeah, spiritual occurrence or ritual.
Mm-hmm.
Something that's I believe came from our ancestor traditions. That's why the Africans still dance to the beats of the drums.
Native,
Um,
all that.
and become hypnotized. You can be hypnotized under the beats of the drums. So
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's all connected. But once the most dedicated person I know, who didn't cuss, didn't drink, who was in church faithfully when the doors open, doors closed, who was on every committee, in the choir, died, and was who passed away. And the way she passed away, with her voice taken, and her voice was like the biggest thing in the church for me. Because when I went, I always asked her to sing a certain song. I always love to hear her sing. And to me, for God to take that voice away, I had got, I'm not going to lie, I had got angry at God. And I was like, she was the most faithfulest servant. If anything in that Bible, when you pass away and God says, well done, my most faithful servant, that's who I would picture. And for her to suffer the way she did, I was angry and I wanted to know why. Once I got over it and realized it was a lesson in that, and I think her passing helped me get back on my spiritual journey, helped me accept who I am, helped me become closer to God, spiritually, mentally, physically, closer to the stuff that He made in this world: earth, wind, fire, water, all the elements. Using that, using the energy, using the protection. Um, I started seeing scriptures different. My mind started seeing things different. I started getting um, knowledge and wisdom from out of the blue, just pop in my head. Like the other day, I had to rush to Family Dollar, and this guy, I think he's a little autistic, so he was telling me about the penny because he gave me a penny back. I only had 1 cent back. I was like, oh, thanks. And he's like, they're gonna make you round up to 5 cents because they're not making the pennies anymore because you can't make money off the penny. They was losing money on pennies.
Okay.
And he's like, that you can the most money that they make off of the coins is the dime, which you get more money back off of that. The quarter, you don't make nothing because it takes 25 cents to make the 25 cents. So with the dime, they make an extra 6 cents for each dime that they make. And they lose money on the nickel as well. Out of the blue, I was like, well, we're not going to have change anyway in the future. So I was like, I don't even think we're going to have dollars. But in the future, change, they're already in the process of rounding to the next dollar, because if you go to like any fast food restaurant, they're gonna ask you, do you want to round up? Or even at the grocery store, they're gonna ask you, do you want to round up to give to some type of organization or charity group?
Okay. True.
Because they don't want the change or don't want to give you the change back because they're trying to get rid of all of the coins. So I was like, you're saying they're trying to make you guys round up to the nearest 5 cents, but they're already rounding up to the nearest dollar.
Yeah.
And so he looking at me like, well, how you know?
Yeah.
He was like, wow, how do you know that? I was like, I don't know. I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Just give me my stuff and let me go.
Yeah.
But that's how it is. Like at any store I go to, like the cashiers want to sit there and tell me their whole story or why they're depressed or why they don't want to be there or a bunch of stuff, and then they're looking for me to say something back, but I'm still stuck in the past of if I say something, will they think I'm crazy or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So right now, that's part of my journey is fully accepting my gifts. I have all the clairs, all clairvoyance, clair audio. Like I said, it made sense once I learned what an empath was. But because I'm new to this journey, I do not know how to cut it off. I do not know how to cut people's feelings and emotions off. because I could feel
Mhm.
your emotions. I could feel it as soon as I walk in the room. I could feel something ain't right. Um,
Mhm.
I take your emotions with me when you tell me your story.
Okay,
So,
question. A lot of people,
mhm.
because a lot of people will say that's human intuition. What would you say the difference is? Because would you say you had intuition before your gifts? Now, what you're talking describing?
Yeah, I had intuitions before,
What now? Okay, I figure we all have them. You feel me? I think
but
we all
it's
have them.
different when you have intuitions when you actually take on that person's emotions.
Okay.
I can actually, and that's what I could not understand being young. Um, why would I get depressed? Because you depressed,
Mm-hmm.
or why would I feel suicidal? Because you suicidal.
Got you.
It was like,
So you empath.
yeah, empath,
Yeah.
but I don't
You
know
know,
how to
it's
cut it
real
off
when you
yet.
say it twice. It's real when you say it twice. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Yeah.
yeah, and that's one of the things I want someone in the comments to, if they knew or know how to cut it off, because I heard people say you have to cut it off. Um, sorry. Some people would tell me I would have to cover myself, cover my head when I'm going out on certain days. I'm always open. Um, and when you open, it's spirits can easily jump in or take over or jump in your head. Um, so they was like, you have to wear a cover, and they were going into all these other things, and I can't listen to everybody.
Hmm.
So I'm trying to find like some someone who's been through it, um, and to teach me how to cut it off, how to um, not be able to take those emotions home because it's hard to do, and it's okay. Can you let me go? Um, and it makes sense of why I'm in the social work field and why I always took my work home with me and my
Hmm.
emotions home with me of the day of what the people other people's trauma. I would take that home. They would call it secondary trauma. I would get burnt out very easily, very emotional. Um, it's real, so I know it's real
Yeah.
because I've been through it.
Yeah.
But but learning how to detach from it, I'm still learning with that on my journey, is learning how to detach and trying to sharpen my gifts, being closer to my guides and my spirits. My grandma has been there, and I think on the other side, I think she's learning that what she was taught here on earth is totally different. Because I recently had a dream.
I think she's learning or she's learned.
I think she's learning, or it is learning. And I think she's learning with me.
Mm, okay.
I used to have dreams every now and then, but now that I accepted my gifts or whatever, I'm having them daily. Sometimes twice a night.
So would you say that since all this change has happened, you feel me? Would you say has made your life your the change in your life? Okay, the change that you're going through spiritually with all the gifts and all that. Would you say it changed for your life? Has changed for the better, or just or the worse, or what? How would you?
Definitely, it's definitely for the better. But it's hitting me full speed. Like it's coming back to back to back, and
Mhm.
it could be overwhelming. Like I said, I was getting dreams every now and then. No, like I would tell my dreams to Brittany, or to my cousin,
Mm-hmm.
just as a confirmation, just to, at that time, making sure, okay, am I really crazy, or is this really, really um, a gift that I have?
Mm-hmm.
So I would let them know, hey, this is what I dream. Someone's gonna die within the next couple of days. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that on
Oh,
the
you
air.
good? You can say die. Yeah, you good.
Someone's gonna die within the next couple of days. 3 days later, someone that's passed that's in our family. Um, and I would have them, especially around. It was around COVID time. I was like, okay, we could have another funeral. I had another dream. And then I was like, I have another dream. They were like, stop telling us. Stop telling us.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
it was family members and then it was very close friends.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was I haven't even told him yet. If he watched this, was my pastor's brother at the time, Big Jerem.
Mm-hmm.
I knew when he was going to pass, and I just couldn't bring myself to the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
I just couldn't do it. Um, Plus, it was like I said, it was around COVID time. I believe that was around COVID time, and I was taking my chemo, and then um, right right before or after he passed, it was June Main. I
Mm-hmm.
knew that was gonna happen, so I would tell my sister and my cousin, and so that it was more like a confirmation, like, okay, yeah, your dream is real.
Yeah.
But now that I started my journey back, um, giving thanks, having my altar. Um, I don't do any like no voodoo, no witchcraft or nothing like that. Mostly giving gratitude to God and my spirit team for protection. Uh, and giving myself, I do readings for myself. Like I don't, I'm not experienced yet to, or confident yet to do readings for others. Um, I may get there. I may get there. But right now I'm not. Like I said, this is the beginning of my journey. I do believe, like some of the words in the Bible, like faith without works is dead. A lot of people think it's like, and it is. You're not gonna say, okay, I'm gonna get a job, but don't go out and do no applications and think you're gonna get a job.
Mm-hmm.
But I also feel like faith without works is like manifesting, um, doing protections,
Yeah.
um, cleansing my house from evil spirits. And then a lot of people like, oh, that's saging, that's nothing but the devil and all that. And I was like, but they had frankincense and incense in the Catholic Church. And when COVID hit, I went straight to the Bible, straight to the Bible. When God told them to put blood on the post of their house so that death wouldn't go over
The
and take
plague.
their first son.
The
You
plague.
know
Yeah.
what? You know what I did?
Hmm.
Sorry. Went to the poke a hole, got a pen, poked my finger. Sorry. Put a cross over my house on in COVID. Everybody in my house got sick. My son was only sick for one day.
Mm. Man.
And I prayed and I said, God, let that angel of death go over my house. But I was watching other people around dying.
Hold on. Hold on.
And I'm sorry about that. One of the things that I did learn is once you're going through a change and leveling up, you will get flu-like symptoms. I've been coughing for 2 months. Doctors
I've
don't know
heard
what
that.
it is.
I've
Huh?
heard. I've heard people say that before too.
Doctors don't know what it is, so I got to do like chest X-ray. Um, but sleeping and yeah, flu-like symptoms, headaches, or you get pain behind the back of your neck, and that's when you're starting to level up. A lot of people gonna be leveling up and leaving a lot of people behind in 2026. Um, a lot of people gonna get awakened in 2026. Mine just came up a little earlier,
Yeah.
so um, but I
Would,
think it's gonna get a lot better next year.
would you say? What would you say? Okay, before, would you say your life, your purpose for life, your life purpose has changed in a way since
Yeah,
since
definitely.
your awakening? And what? Go ahead. Like what way would you say you see like your purpose for life is not like what you know what I mean from where you were? You say you were, you know what I mean? Like where you compared to where you were to where you are now, what would you say has changed as far as purpose of life and all that? What did you believe? What did you
I
think?
found my life purpose. I didn't even know what was my purpose here
Hmm.
until I had a dream about. And in the dream, it was like, this is your purpose to help others. This is
Hmm.
why you're in social work. So I had I was having bad muscle spasms in my leg. It was my right leg. So
Hmm.
I went and laid down. I can't even remember going to sleep. But then in a dream, I see these little handprints on my right leg.
Hmm.
And in my dream, I'm telling myself, this is a child, an angel. Because I had asked my like a couple days before, I had asked my spirit guide to show me who my guardian angel is.
Hmm.
And I was like, this is a child's print. And you could see it pressed down on my leg. I woke up, my leg was fine. And but in the dream it says your guardian angel is a child. And this is why you've always been protecting children all your life.
Okay.
This is your life purpose.
Yeah.
So being a child protection investigator and all that stuff, working in juvenile, being a juvenile probation officer, that's all I've done all my life, was protecting children and helping families. So in my dream, I'm telling myself my purpose was to help children. And I'm being guided by a child that is an angel, which is crazy. So I just figured that out. That was 3 days ago.
Mm.
And I told it to my sister. I had that dream. And
How
then
do you
in that, huh? Go ahead.
go ahead? You go ahead. You
And
said
then
what made
in that same night, I had a second dream. And it was like all, where off of Berry Lane where that golf course is.
hmm
We were marching on that road, and these golf balls was going hitting like fast, like it would hit somebody's head and like bust their head open.
mm.
It was damaging cars, and there was a bunch of white men playing golf, just hitting them, hitting. And I overheard one man told another white man, "If you kill her, you won the game." Saying me.
Hmm.
So I get in the car, and guess who's driving the car? Granny.
Mm.
And he's chasing us, and he's chasing us, and he was like, "I gotta kill you so I can win." Granny said, "Take me instead." I said, "No, Granny, I can't let you die."
Hmm.
And she said, "I'm gonna die for you.
Mm.
Take me instead. You keep going."
Yeah.
And I told that to Brittany. I said, This is when JR was in the hospital. I said, Granny's watching over us. She's protecting us. And I was like, she's with us all the time. I was like, she's protecting all of us. And I think that's what she chose on her journey. Because not everybody gets to stay. What they call some people call it, like they said, the black room, the healing room. Um, some people choose to stay on earth because they didn't know they passed away. And some people choose to be guardian angels. And some people choose just to serve the Lord in heaven. A lot of Christians don't believe that. A lot of Christians believe that we don't rise until um, he comes back, which is so crazy to me when a lot of if you go and ask a hospice nurse, when they patients pass, they could see the spirit rise up.
Yeah.
You've already, you rise out of that body.
Yeah.
You're not going to stay there. You're not going to be in this sunken place until God comes back. I believe that, we already rise up and already, we probably may not be judged to a certain time, but I think that we go to heaven or go to a place where we learn from our past experience. If we decide to come back or be reincarnated and do it over again because we messed up this life really bad and decided that we want to go to that place where the rest of our family is,
that's going
to try again.
That right there is going. I could, you know me, my mind be, you know how I am. That's gonna ruffle some feathers because you feel me.
It's gonna ruffle a lot of feathers, but
because this ain't. I want to hit, like I said, I'm enjoying what you're saying. You know what I mean? I'm not saying, like I said, I agree with everything, but I'm enjoying what you're saying. I'm enjoying your testimony, what it is you see here and believe. Okay, question. What I want to ask you is there certain things that, because you kind of alluded to that, you feel me? And with but is it certain things that you had to let go, that you had no longer believe now, different from that you did believe?
I still believe that I'm a Christian. I believe in God. I just don't believe in the doctrine. I believe.
Well, what I'm hearing you say is a lot. You still got a lot of doctrine in it. So I think
it is. I believe in a lot of it.
The reason I say that because it's a broad doctrine.
It is.
It depends on what doctrine you want. You feel me? So that's why I say. So I could still hear some shedded some doctrine off, but I still hear some doctrine in you, and that's not a bad thing. You feel?
And it's hard to even separate that because you've been brought up so long under fear. That's my lipstick, boy. You're not bleeding. That's my lipstick. Sorry. And my son. That's one of the questions I tend to try to ask some people. How do you completely let go of that? I don't want to say brainwash.
But who says you? That's what I'm saying. Who says you should let it go? You feel what I'm saying?
But some of it keeps you from getting your full potential because you're under that fear that they put on you. That fear of, if I do this, I'm going to hell. If I do this, God's not gonna forgive me. Or if I do this, but then at the same time, that's not the true story of Jesus. The true gospel of Jesus, to be honest, is I'm gonna do my best, but I ain't perfect. But I accept you as Jesus Christ, and I'm gonna make it to heaven because you're merciful, you're forgivable, and you forgive everyone who truly means it,
Mm-hmm.
and you give second chances, and that's what made who was it that was in the belly of the whale?
Jonah.
Yeah, I don't know why I want to say Joan of Arc, but that's not.
Yeah.
That's a book.
Close. 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 Close.
Jonah,
Yeah.
because he didn't want to go to the city because he didn't believe in Jesus' gospel, and that's what the gospel was. I will forgive you, no matter what you have done. And but we be more condemned. We condemned our own people more than God, more than Jesus, more
Mm.
than Jesus would,
Mm.
which is crazy to me. So the fear that they installed keeps you from potentially being the person that you were supposed to
When
be.
you say the fear that they installed, who is they?
Well, let's say the fear that the churches I went to, the Christian churches,
Mm-hmm.
the missionary Baptists, the Pentecostal churches,
Yeah. Where do you
the
think?
holiness churches,
And this, I'm just firing off questions now. Where do you think they got it from?
they parents. It's we
You think?
did stuff
And I'm
because our
asking.
parents did stuff. We
Okay.
didn't question it. We
I'm
was told
asking.
not to question it.
Okay, I feel you.
Okay, we was told you're not supposed to question God. Well, how you supposed to know? Closed mouths don't get fed.
Yeah.
Praying is questioning God.
Yeah. Asking. You're asking questions to a certain extent.
You
Yeah.
are you asking questions, and then you was like you're not supposed to ask God why, or if I didn't ask him, I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know the answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because I used to ask God all the time, why do I have lupus?
Yeah.
Um, why I had to go through it, but because I asked, He showed me the answers, and the way He showed me the answers was He started sending people to me that had lupus from all over the world.
Mm. So you saying your curse was a blessing?
Yeah, basically. A lot of people ask, how do you go to work? How did you make it?
I'm
How did
not
you do
mad at that.
this?
I like that. I'm like I say where I'm at. I believe. I like to say it's not. Sometimes it's not what I've been saying lately. It's not why is this happening to me. It's why is this happening for me? And it goes back to it's a perspective type of situation. You feel what I'm saying? Even like I'm in the spiritually in another place now, but I know the scriptures. You feel what I'm saying? I know them pretty well. I'm not the best. I'm not a scholar, but I'm pretty decent in them. And even with that, I apply it like this. Certain things that happened that they looked at as negative, that it ended up being a blessing for them. It all happened for a reason. You get what I'm saying? Right. It all happened for a reason. So that goes into, like you say, and then you have verses in the scriptures that say, the Lord speaking, saying, I heal, I wound, I the Lord do all these things. So I'm just saying these are sometimes you get what I'm saying? Like so it can be
like He said He created both evil and good. We giving the devil all the glory when everything some bad happen. Oh, it's nothing but the devil. It's nothing but not everything's the devil.
What if, like, for example, what if you wake up? I wake up tomorrow, right? And I got a flat tire. You feel me? Mm-hmm. My car won't start. Whatever you could think of. Well, my car is not moving. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I got one car. I have one car. I'm supposed to be to work. You feel me? And let's say I have to call in due to this situation with my car. Like, and I'm mad. You feel me? Oh, dang, this, my car broke down, yada, yada, yada. You feel me? The battery dead or the tire flat or whatever, I'm out of gas or whatever. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And then, so I got to call in work. Hey, I ain't going to be there today. Now I'm mad. what happens if later on that day a tragedy happened at the job?
Yeah. But
This is what I'm
actually,
saying.
that happened with a friend of mine. Um, he recently just told me him and his sister left, and something held him up. So he was like 5 minutes behind her. He was supposed to leave with her.
Mm-hmm.
She ended up in a bad accident. And I was like, thank God, she's okay. However, if you would have left with her, it could have been a whole different story. And probably, you probably couldn't have made it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, like you said, it's we
So I
think
said,
stuff
yeah.
bad, and we all gonna pass away anyway, and we're gonna pass away from something. And if it's with me, if it's lupus, and I help just one person, which I know I helped a lot of people, because a lot of people would call me in the middle of the night, one commit suicide, and me pushing them through it and letting them know like I've been there, and you'll get through it. You'll get past it, and you have to accept what your fate, that you have to go through this. Right now, it's no cure for it.
Mm-hmm.
So live the best life you can. Um, especially if you got children. Um, live the life for your child. If you can't live it for yourself. So a lot of people, they still alive and they got through it and they doing good for themselves. So I think God did that for a reason. Like it was crazy. Like out of the blue, like all these people that I went to school with, I didn't know had lupus, start calling me when they found out on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I joined like this lupus group on YouTube, and a lot of people asked, "Can I talk to you?" Or a lot of people would message me, "Can you talk to my wife or my husband?" and stuff like that. So I was like, well, at that time, I thought that was my purpose. At that time, I thought, yeah, that's my purpose, to help people with other lupus get through it.
Okay.
Um, but like I said in my dream a couple of days ago, it told me what my purpose was, and I'm still in it.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I just signed up for extra shifts on a different facility,
Okay.
and as the first responder for like a crisis goes on. I'll pick up the crisis phone line, and also admit certain people into mental health facilities, and making sure juveniles are taken care of in a crisis situation. So I'll be starting that next week. Believe it or not, they was like, "When can you start?" And actually,
Yeah.
this weekend I'm doing my shadow work
Okay.
this weekend to see if it's something I really want to do. But yeah,
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. I like I say, would you and like I said, I'm gonna be real. For me, like I say, what I'm hearing. You not like you not that far off from where you know what I mean. You were. I see a couple tweaks here and there. You know what I mean. A couple things different and all that. But I mean, I don't see. It's not that bit drastic of a change for I know where you were. You know what I mean.
yeah. I see a change in myself.
No, I see. I know that's the thing. There's definitely a change. You feel me? But
Yeah.
for me, like where I'm at, oh, it's a change. It's a change. You know what I mean? That's why I say, hey, I respect where you at. You know what I mean? And because sometimes one of the worst things is, oh, would you say, okay, would you say you got it all figured out right now?
Nope, absolutely not. That's why I want to do this, and have get other people's perspective, and other people's advice, wisdom.
Yeah,
If you want to come
experience.
on here, be serious, because I don't mind blocking people. I'm not here for all that
Mm-hmm.
getting high numbers. I want this to be a safe place for everybody,
Mm-hmm. I feel that.
include including myself. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm not that high to where I can't take no advice from nobody. I'm
Yeah.
willing to be. I'm very open minded. I always think out the box.
Just,
Um, yeah, but I think my changing point was when grandma passed, and when I went through her stuff, I found this necklace right here,
mm-hmm.
the family tree, and this is a symbol of a lot of spiritual that people wear. And then I went and got myself this key to remind me that I have the key to open up all possibilities and opportunities. And when I got this key, I started my new job, less stress, come home. Um, Normally when I come home, I'm coming around by 4:30. If
Mm-hmm.
I decide to stay late, it's because I want to get some stuff done so I can't get no overtime, so I have to flex. So if I stay
Mm-hmm.
late, I could flex my Fridays or whatever. And then they allow you to, work from home on Mondays and Fridays. Them the best days to work from home.
Yeah.
That's coming from a weekend and going to a weekend. So, um, and because I have that flexibility, I can do my second job, and I want to make sure my goal in life is to make sure my son is good when I'm not on this earth anymore.
So
That's my main goal.
what would you tell the people who say, yeah, you fell off the wagon? Yeah, yeah, that ain't it. Whatever all this you talking, that ain't it. You fell off the wagon. That ain't God. That's something else. What would you say to those people?
I respect your opinion, but I know how it changed me in my life. Um, I'm not out here depressed all the time.
Mm,
Cause like you was there.
yeah,
I was in
yeah.
a bad, very bad
We had, like I said,
darkness.
we had conversations, and even with, and I could relate to. This is how I know, like, everything happens for a reason. It was a time where when I went through my journey, you feel me, and I heard the whispers, and I heard the, all of that, and I thought
Mm,
I got it because I thought I was fucking tripping too. You feel what I'm saying? I'm
right.
talking about this ain't even where I'm at now. I'm talking about years, probably like 7 years ago. You feel me? And I thought that was the pinnacle where I was. You feel me? When I made that
Mm-hmm.
first change, Israelite thing, to the Israelite thing. I thought that was it. Thought I had it figured out. I'm like, this is it. And
Mm-hmm.
so I heard, when I started changing the, food wise, dietary, and all that stuff, and certain days and all this and that. Um, and I heard the talks then, what I mean, and I even felt crazy about letting people in on it. So I understood it, and it was something, people, they kind of fear what they don't understand, what's new to them. You know what I mean? As people, we're not good with adapting and change and stuff like that, especially when it comes to
Right.
spiritual situations and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So even like say it goes from spiritual to politics, all that type of stuff. That stuff, those certain topics that we just don't adapt good with change. You know what I mean? But so as I slid through that, you feel me, and I end up where I was, I started noticing, like, then I started getting the people. Once I went through that phase, after I had people coming to me, you know what I'm saying? And as I started to branch out to another phase of my spiritual journey,
Yeah.
then I had certain people coming to me about the phase that they were entering in that I was leaving out of. So I was
Right.
able to reach back and help them. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I was able
Right.
to, like, I had conversations, some private conversations with people that was entering that phase. You know what I mean? I was able that they didn't want to, they was kind of embarrassed about it and shit like that. I was able to reach back and help them I'm not there anymore, but I understand what you're going through. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So, so and like I said, even with us, it come back, went full circle. Like here we, I was, me and you, I was having conversations with you when you were kind of, what I mean, going through your thing, your journey. So it's everything. I said all that to say everything is connected. It's all connected.
Yeah, it's all connected. I think everybody.
It's sort of like I say with you with lupus, the example you gave with you having lupus, so you can reach back and help others. Your experience with it. You feel what I'm saying? Same thing.
And I think grandma's passing had something to do with me starting to go back on my journey. So
that was pretty much the nail in the coffin for me. That was pretty much I'm gonna lie. That's why I didn't say nothing. I understood where you're coming from. That was pretty much, it's like you say, it was how she did, it was how she died, and the stuff that she was doing before she passed. Right. You feel me? Like it's certain things she was doing that was out of her character, but I knew that was her to a certain extent in there. If I didn't register that was her, you feel me? Like, okay, no, that was her in there. You feel me? Because it was my certain thing. I lived with the woman for how long? You know what I mean? We know the woman for how long? So that was the nail in the coffin for me. And I was like, all right. I was already battling within. I'm like, okay, should I do? I don't know. I feel, but when I'm like, okay, fuck it all. I'm finna just, fuck this. Yeah, that was the nail in the coffin. Yeah. I have to be me. I have to be all fuck that. And it was still hard. And it's the hardest thing is dealing with the people. For me, was dealing with the people that mean the most to you. Mm-hmm. It's, you know what I'm saying? Because like I say, sometimes you can, it can feel like I say, it's the judgment, you know what I mean? Because you already it's the judgment that you're going to get, the backlash and all that type of stuff. So, it's a journey. It's definitely a journey.
And I was like, I wanted to see if, grandma actually hear me when I'm sitting there talking to her. Because I talked to her like she's still here. And so I was driving the car, just me driving. I said, Grandma, just let me know you hear me. Just let me know you understand or whatever. And I get 3 knocks on my window. I'm driving. Mm-hmm. I'm driving, going to Buenos Park. Nobody in the car. I'm looking like, what the? So I'm like, I'm tripping. And I said, Grandma, if this you, do it again. And I get 3 more knocks on the window. And my sister said, that ain't nothing but the devil. And I was like, why everything got to be the devil? Why you giving devil the props for all that? I was like, why couldn't it be my grandma?
The biggest thing, because if it don't fit into our worldview and we really have a tendency to limit the creator.
Yeah.
In so many ways, whether it be from your thoughts, what you've read, what you believe, what your interpretation, we limit the very thing that we say is omnipresent.
Yeah. Yeah.
We put that omni. We have a way of humans, so we can go ahead and wrap this up. But we have a way as humans of taking what we say is omnipresent, that we say exists inside of time, outside of time, the end all be all, knows all powerful, and we throw him into this box.
Yeah, we throw him into a box.
We throw him into this box, and then that's how you get the oh, that's the devil and all. Look, man,
you feel me? How you think he's omnipresent? He got angels everywhere watching.
Even in the scriptures, he used all types of means. That's why I say people
he talking through a donkey.
Look,
talking through a donkey.
He's talking through a burning, and he's talking to a burning bush. He's talking through a donkey. He's controlling fucking fish and mouths of whales and all. Like, look, man. Look,
but you put them in the box, so you give the devil everything. But
I get it, but at the same time, don't hear what I'm not saying. Like, not talking to you, but I get it. I get it. I was there. I get it. That's the trick. And see, this is why, like I say, I always use, not always, but I use the word placebo. If you don't know what that is, like I recommend people research that word. It's nothing. It could be bad, but if you look at it, it can be a good thing. A placebo is something that it's a treatment in the form. It's a form of treatment. You feel what I'm saying? That it's fixing you. It's doing what you want it to do. But the thing is, it's the treatment is not what you think it is. You get what I'm saying? So, like I say, it can be something you can be contributing something to. It can be working. Like it can be working, but it's not that what you're doing that's working. It's how you're perceived. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you believe it strong, if you believe it enough, like, and even Christ said that it is to you as you believe. You feel what I'm saying? He said it is to you as you believe. So I'm not a fan of Christianity like that. I respect Christianity. You get what I'm saying? I get it. I'm not a fan of Islam like that. I respect it. I'm not a fan of any of that shit like that anymore. But I respect it because it works for people. It works. I'm not a fan of the Hebrew Israelites. I was a Hebrew Israelite, but does it work now for me? No, because I don't believe in it no more. Did it work for me? Yes. It worked until it didn't no more. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Did the Baptist church work for me for what I needed it for at the time? Yeah. You feel me? Does it work? Will it work now? No, not for me. Not for me because I don't believe it.
I don't know. I said I'm gonna go again to church and see how I feel, but when I went the last couple of times, I started analyzing stuff, and I'm like, that don't make sense. That don't make sense. And then some of the stuff they did, and I was like, okay, I have to go on the first so I could get communion. And I was like, did we read that right? Did we breaking the bread? We should have the bread is the word. If the bread is the word, we should have bread in the remembrance of God daily. We shouldn't have to do it once a month at the beginning and drinking of the blood. And that is a blood ritual, a blood. That's a blood ritual.
It's a spiritual one, but it is a blood ritual.
It's a blood ritual, and just like the anointing of the oil and all that stuff. So it's of who you're doing it to and who you're doing it for. What makes it, and I was like, well, if
your intentions,
a lot of things. So if I sage my house in the name of Jesus, what makes that evil? But then at the same time, New Year's coming. How many Christians gonna go and get them black eyed peas and collard greens? What you need that for? You got Jesus. What you need that for good luck?
Yeah.
How many Christians you see running down the street with a darn suitcase? Talking about it's gonna give you travel for the next year. That is crazy. That's crazy, but
I get it.
Like I said, some of the things I my eyes are open to now that does not make sense to me anymore. And some of the words I believe that got misconstrued or misinterpreted. But when I go into church, I'm hearing that is not what I meant.
And I'm not saying religion is a bad thing. I think I think it could be a good thing, and I think it could be a bad thing.
It's no to me as a person, and I had said this to a man, but I think all women should be believe that it is a higher source, because it's especially if you're a mother and had to see a baby come from nothing. And like me, I was at the doctors all the time because I had lupus, and they consider me a genetic.
That go for women and men, because the men is men was the one who's putting it there.
But from seeing nothing. The bone, seeing it come and seeing, okay, now he got bones. Seeing now, okay, now he got a heartbeat. Seeing now, okay, he got brains. And seeing the baby grow inside of you and going through that birth, it had to be God. There's no other way to explain that.
That's what I'm saying. Like me, I don't want to get into me like this is about you, but like I said, we're gonna have. You know what? I'm gonna just save it.
No, I like it. I like hearing it.
Nah, we good, because I want to keep this down on time so people don't look at the time.
Okay, and then
like, I ain't got time. They just completely. I want them to hear you. You feel me? We gonna. Yeah. we gonna this I enjoyed it. We gonna break bread.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and close them up, fam. You wanna, so
Yeah. So if you want to call me Awakening, and you have any some good advice for me and who want to be on part of my journey, like I said, I just started. Um, but I've been had this gift um for since I was a little kid, and tried to pray it away, and it never left. And so I'm embracing it, and at the point of my life where I don't care what no one thinks about it. Long as it's I'm doing what I need to do, I'm doing my calling, and I'm uh making myself happy, and giving blessings and abundance to everyone. Um, Continue to encourage me if you can, and to I want to make this a safe place for everybody to come to and tell their story if they want to jump on and tell their story, and ask questions as well. So I want to give thanks to Sackcloth from out the pit. He's always helping and supporting me, and um, he's part of my journey as well. So I just want to get close this out and see you next time.
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, please boost this up. All right.